Good evening, yogis. How are you today? Hello, everybody. After what has been a big start to the week, I hope that you're joining us from home for tonight's relaxing yoga flow, and that is what I promise you it will be, a relaxing practice. With all the uncertainty in the world at the moment, these are the times that becoming grounded really take on a level of importance and give us a gift to be able to be stable. So I invite you to come down onto your mat today, take a few little shuffles through your hips and a few movements through the shoulders just to settle and relax the back. Beautiful. As you come into this seat, just notice the movement of the breath in the body. And how stopping to pause for a moment to let go the world, just for the next 60 minutes, put it aside and set an intention that you would like to bring to your practice tonight. Maybe it's a quality of mind you'd like to achieve throughout the duration of your movement. Maybe it's a person you'd like to honor in these challenging times, someone that you would like to extend your love to. Or maybe you're simply working on the practice of gratitude tonight, working to breathe and find peace and resilience in just spending time focusing on what we have. For a moment, I'm just going to move the camera, just going to reposition that. Come a little bit more into the space. Thank you. And then we'll come down to the floor. Coming down to the earth always begins to ground us. It's one of those magical tricks that you can take. So we'll come down towards the floor and just begin to roll down, roll until your back meets the earth. Move away the hair and step the feet up onto the ceiling. Let the hands scoop around to the back of the thighs and let the tailbone begin to soften. Flex into the feet, and maybe it takes a moment or two to open up across the legs. Those hands can begin to wander up the sides, but only if the head stays down and the body stays relaxed. Maybe you move a little higher, but tonight, because I'm practicing being gentle, because there is a real gift in sometimes doing less rather than asking for more, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to find a place that I feel comfortable and add a little rock just to begin to massage the back. And so often we find stress collecting in these muscles at the base of the spine, around the area of the sacrum and down near the seat. And think about our seat as our foundation and our sense of certainty. So in certain times there can be a tightening, a drawing in, a constriction of these muscles. Tonight we'll loosen and relax. Next exhale, just let the body become a little heavier. Maybe close down the eyes and just listen to the thoughts that might be moving across the mind. Can you soften your inner ear to a dialogue that so often runs behind that conscious level of our awareness? So become aware of it. We can begin to slowly turn the dial down. Like your thoughts were a radio. Let's begin to slowly lower the volume. We're looking for the peace that comes as we bring a little extra quiet into the mind. A little rocking can help with that motion, like being on a boat, gentle waves, just stilling and soothing the mind until you can let go of any of the troubles that may be with you tonight. Now bring the soles of the feet together when you're ready. Hands come up towards the ankles, little butterfly feet, and just rock out the spine some more. So slow circles. Think of energy Just traveling around, gently sloshing it around like water in a bowl. And just freeing it up. If it's become stuck, I want to reduce that stagnation by stirring and loosening through the hips. We hold so much of our tension. Beautiful. Come back to center, plant the feet down, bring the hands towards the floor. As you press down through the feet, bring the hands a little closer, hug those shoulder blades in, lengthen up the neck. You'll feel that foundation, that stability through the base of the body. Now, once we feel that we're anchored, we can move with a sense of security. Just begin to rock through the pelvis and find that oceanic quality, like a wave that's going to move up the spine. Look up, maybe even close down the eyes, just keeping the neck nice and safe. And slightly bigger rocks each time. And again, we ask less tonight. And tonight we really embody the principle of relaxing. Knowing that in times of stress, this is where we need the softer practices the most. We're coming to the mat without urgency and practicing ahimsa, non-violence, becomes particularly important. Just keep moving slowly. We'll let those rocks move up the spine a little more. Press the hips and roll the spine down. And can you notice any spot that might be stuck? Is there any part that might be a little bit less malleable tonight? And as you continue these flowing rolls, can you spend a little extra moment just loosening the vertebra with the breath? So as you come up, maybe you slowly roll down and just find any spots that are tight as we support those muscles that lift our spine. 2 more times. We're not in a rush tonight. We're moving slowly and rhythmically, sliding and gliding the tissues around until we soften everything up. Bring the right hand, the left hand to meet on the shin. As the right knee comes into the chest, maybe left leg comes long. We'll take a little wind relieving pose. Let the shoulders roll up towards the ears. Feel that constrict the diaphragm, and then as the elbows read the shoulders down, feel that loosen and free the chest. And close the eyes here. And we'll take 5 big, expansive breaths. Think of breathing wide across the collarbones. And as you exhale, letting the navel sink through the belly to the floor. Big breath in. And listen for the whispering sound of the breath in your throat. If there are any of those thoughts present, the radio, maybe turning up, just use the breath to gently drown it out. Steep yourself in the cadence of the breath, rather than any thoughts that might be tickling the mind. Final breath, big breath in, inflate the lungs. As you exhale, melt the back to the floor. Let the right hand come down, the left hand scoop up and over the knee, and then gently peel yourself onto your left hip as you drop your right knee to the floor. The chin's going to travel across to that right shoulder. You might want to place something underneath that knee, or take an inhale and reach the right hand up towards the ear. This doesn't work for your shoulder joint, just take a smaller motion. We're going to think of the right arm like a wing. We're going to slowly reach it up and down. Just flapping it, trailing the fingertips along the floor. Relax the neck though. Even though we look towards the direction of the thumb, there's no strain. It's a slow and rhythmic ballet of the fingers stroking the air. Last breath. And when you're ready, right hand anchors down and we slowly rock it back to center. Bring the fingers in, lace them onto the leg and hug it in nice and tight. Press the left foot down. Maybe for a moment or two, just to loosen up those muscles at the top of the spine. Roll up and try and touch the nose to the knee. No straight on the neck though. And that same rhythmic motion will roll the spine back down. Take it slow. Roll up nose to knee, squeeze and get a little massage into that belly, just deepening that release through the ascending colon. And then come back down. One more time, come up, big squeeze, nose to knee, and slowly iron the spine to the earth. Let's flex that right foot, place it across the left knee, and slowly position the right knee away from the body. Find that pigeon leg. Move slow and safely tonight. Come back to that sense of anchoring as tail drops to the floor. We're going to float the left leg up. Bring the fingers around and bind them onto the shin or the back of the thigh. Well, the exhale, melt the back ribs to the floor. Now we pause. We're going to give this one 10 breaths to marinate. Slow breath in and slow, easy breath out. Slow breath in. Let the muscles grow heavy. Can you let the weight settle to the floor? And can you create more ease across the face? Just relaxing everything down. Breath in and breath out. And let go of the hands, open them wide to the side. And then drop the right foot down towards the left and take the chin across towards the right shoulder. Little supine twist to relax and reset the nervous system. Each breath a little longer. Focus on working with the exhalation. Let it be a slow and smooth release of breath from the body. In a few moments, we'll come back, slowly lifting all the way up. We're going to twist in the other direction. Step that left foot all the way out to the edge of the mat. Keep the flexion in the right foot and then use the right ankle like a hook to draw the left knee across. Chin towards left shoulder now. You might feel that little energizing quality of the back bend, maybe a lift in the back. That's okay, you can embrace that one tonight. Just let the body gently twist and find the hinge point from the hips to the navel. The upper body is heavy. It's relaxing down. We're feeling that ability of the earth to ground and still the energy of the mind. We're going to really reach for that tonight and just use it to soothe the troubles of the mind. Slow breath in. And slow, relaxing breath out. One more. Deep breath in. And slow and relaxing breath out. When you're ready, we'll travel all the way back to center. I'll take the feet out nice and wide. Just come back to looking at the ceiling. So we're in a really wide-legged child's pose. And just let the knees dunk in for a moment. Feel the low back melt to the floor. Open the knees out. Draw them in and out. And then find halfway in the center and really reach down through the feet. We're going to press up. And we'll take some little circles through the hips. So it's like you're grooving in the air. I'm going to look around just to see the camera, but I want you to keep your gaze fixed on the ceiling. So just slowly, slowly stir through those hips in one direction. And then we'll slowly, slowly stir through those hips in the other direction. Just freeing everything up. It's amazing how this slow loosening practice really gives such benefits to the back. And when you're ready, we'll drop everything down. I'm just going to flip around. I want you to stay exactly where you are and spend a moment practicing the ease of the exhalation as we prepare for our second side. We start with our wind relieving pose. Let's start with that right foot on the floor. And gently gather in the left knee. Let the fingers bind on the shin. And then extend the right leg out. And if there's any unilateral tension in those muscles parallel to the spine, you might find this side is different if you've got a microphone in the way. And let the elbows pull you down to the floor. Each inhale moves the ribs into the side waist. Each exhale is a surrendering of the bones. Come back to the rhythmic flow of breath. There'll be a slow, resonant quality of sound as the breath draws across the back of the throat. We inhale and exhale through the nose. We take time in this one. I really want to spend a decent amount of time releasing out through that descending colon on the left side. And another 3 breaths before we reset with the first of our sequence of spinal twists. There's no rush here. We'll travel with a patience that's born of practice. The right hand comes across, left hand finds the floor, and we transition down, knee towards the earth as we roll onto the left hip. The chin come out towards the left shoulder. Right hand can anchor you down, then you can open it out. Left hand is going to float in the air. So taking the gaze over, just let the hand reach up. As you exhale, let the fingers trail as they reach down towards the hip. Inhale, gentle fluttering of the wings. Hand comes up. Exhale, softening down of the hand to the hip. This side might have a different requirement and a move with the intelligence that respects the systems of your body. If any pulling in the shoulder joint, just let your body be the guide tonight. Another few slow, rhythmic movements. And when you're ready, we'll ground the hand down. And we'll travel slowly and patiently, remain transitioning as part of our practice as we come back to center. Bring the hands in as we step that right foot. I'm just going to shuffle up a little so you can see me. Hands come onto the leg. We can gather it in and give a little deeper massage for that belly. Shoulders down. I'm going to work with the upper spine now. As we exhale, blow the breath away as you roll the ribs down and in and lift up, nose to knee. As you inhale, there's a slow release down to the floor. Exhale, tuck the chin, slowly roll and lift the body up, nose to knee. And release all the way to the earth. One more time. Blow the breath away as you roll up, nose to knee, squeeze it in, and then lower slowly down to find the floor. Beautiful. Let's flex into that left foot. Place it onto right thigh, and then take a few moments, just create some space in that left hip joint as you move the left knee away. Keep gazing at the sky, hands might find the earth just so you can reposition and balance the back. And then keep the tail heavy as you lift the right leg up. Fingers come around, interlace onto the shin or the back of the thigh. And then the weight of the shoulders, the weight of the neck will remind the body to soften. Close the eyes. Let that flowing rhythm, the passage of the breath in and out. Just soothe and release. Relax and free any binding in the body, any binding in the mind. Slow pose by slow pose. We shed any skins, any armours that we've had to put on against the world today. And slowly peeling away the layers, breath by breath, coming back closer to that inner essence. Moving back to connection to the resources and well-being that are buried not so far beneath the surface. And you're ready, let the hand come down, both arms open out, cactus arms or T-shape. We'll take that first little spinal twist, chin towards the left, and the feet fall over to the right. Feel that movement, and the hips and the shoulders swivel in different directions. And then breathe into the belly, become aware. As you just gently squeeze, like you're squeezing out a dish towel, wringing and releasing any stagnation in the core. And the flowing sweep of breath just keeps you in this moment, keeps the mind from wandering from the practice. And 3 and 2 and 1. When you're ready, we'll return to center. Use the core, bring the legs all the way back up, and just hop that right foot over to the left. Nope, right foot over to the right. The knees are going to the left. Keep open across the span of the arm. Just let that left leg lead the right knee across. And so your shin bone is parallel to the narrow edge of the mat. And the chin softening over to the right side. Now it's time. And patience. Enjoy the luxury of being still. You give yourself permission to allow the pausing and find the space and the freedom that exists in that pause. No need to respond or react. Just be here. Breath in and breath out. 3 more. Feel that energetic nature as the body moves in opposing directions. But here, the tension's subtle. It feels good. A release. Just let it be there. Not resisting or fighting. As you find that appreciation of softness, the attitude of kindness to the physical form, and the body move a little deeper. When you're ready, we'll come all the way back to center. Hop the foot in, both legs down, reposition the spine to center. Reach the feet out. Let's open up the side waist a little. I know we haven't even come off the floor yet, but sometimes there's a real gift in taking it particularly slow. I'm going to walk the feet all the way over to the left side of the mat. Really bring that awareness into the right hip bone. You swing the right leg up and over. The right hip's still remembering that it's heavy. It's reaching down to earth. The hands reach up. We're moving the hips to the right as we take the right hand up and the left hand clasp a hold. It encourages the right hand to reach over to the left top corner of the mat. Take a deep breath in and think of breathing from your ankle, traveling it all the way up to your wrists. As you feel that opening in the side waist, the chin softens down and the back relaxes. We're going to take it for time. Resist any temptation for the mind to grow hasty. Let the stillness and the magic of the posture. Let go any need to do. Give yourself that permission to be, marinating in breath and peace. And seeing if the body can become any looser. If we extend and welcome from the mind the gift of softness, if the body can take it on and let go a little more. Give it another 10 breaths. This is all about pausing. The practice one of the wisdom of moving slow. If the mind reaches up the proclivity to want to action, becomes an urge that's hard to ride, observe it, notice it, and let it be there. 2 final breaths. Let go. Release the feet from all the way back. Take a moment, and you might want to stretch right hand, left leg. Oh, let it go. And right leg, left hand. Oh, let it go. Right hand, right leg. Let it go. And left hand, left leg. And let it go. And we'll take the other side. We'll bring that awareness to the left hip. Walk the feet over towards the right hand side. When you're ready, swing the left leg up and over. Let the left hip melt. Let the hands come overhead. Clasp a hold of that left wrist. And as you reposition yourself to the right, feel the side waist gently part. Chin down. Just letting the chin soften. And moving the breath as you open the space between each of the ribs. Breath in as you expand into the side body. Breath out as you soften the body to the floor. Moving the breath and traveling it in long sweeping strokes up and down the left side body. Freeing the face. And we're here for time again. So there's the joy of settling in and letting the body know that it won't have to move for a while. And it can take a little holiday. Enjoy this opportunity to rest. The pose will still bring benefits. Will still create that movement and that looseness for the connective tissue. You don't need to effort at all. The beautiful wisdom of our practice is one that sometimes we can simply sit and let spring come. You don't need to be the directing force of all. You can surrender over a little responsibility and just enjoy watching things unfold. 5 and 4, 3 and 2. Slowly come back to center as we come to 1. Maybe one more time, those little cross stretches. Reaching right hand, left foot, left hand, right foot. Maybe doing all 4 corners at once. Relax. Bring the feet in, just choose a side and pour yourself over into a little fetal position. Just for a moment. We're going to lift up, we're going to find a child's pose. So take your time. You might feel heavy. You've been down and the body's been reminded that it was made of earth for quite some time. If you have a bolster, I'm going to use a bolster tonight. Or you can take the pillows and the variations we've worked with before. And you might want a blanket too. It's okay if you don't have any of those props. You don't need them. They're just a little bit of extra sweetness to the practice if they're available. We're going to bring the bolster for the belly or the pillows or just the earth alone will be enough. And you can have the blanket just for the head if you want a little extra height. Just for the forehead. Just an option. The head's going to come down. I'm going to scoot, scoot, scoot. Let in all the way so my belly is being held. I'm feeling supported. The bones love to feel supported. Hips to the heels, knees open wide. A little triangle shape. And then you might even want to bring one ear to the mat. One ear to the bolster. Or one ear to the pillow. Whatever you have available. Relax it down. I'll watch the time. And just allow this gentle hugging motion to lengthen out those muscles of the back. And a softening forward fold
As we melt the shoulder blades down the back, the neck can release. We've been carrying around that bowling ball, watermelon of a head all day. Particularly if you felt weary or affected by the world, that head may have been heavy with all the troubles that it's been carrying. Now you get to rest it. The neck can breathe a sigh of release. Just let your neck thank you. The great thing is, you breathe out. You don't need to put any of those worries back into the mind. Turn down the radio. Let the breath be the presence that really absorbs the mind. When you're ready, we'll change the head over to the other position. I'll keep the sinking of the hips, maybe a little drawing in of the tail. You surrender over more of the weight. Get settled in again for a slow and relaxing release. About another 5 breaths. Don't be hasty. Take your time and enjoy each moment. Allowing the body to be held, the mind to be free. In a moment we'll travel back to center. We'll move with that awareness as we lift up. We're going to come up into a pigeon pose. So you can move the block or the pillow or the blanket, whatever you're using to support you in your practice tonight. Come in and then slide the right leg forward. Take the right heel out, and you might want to be in deer pose. That's an option. Left knee to the side, maybe even right leg out. That's maybe one variation if full pigeon is too much tonight. We're going to start upright. We want to introduce a little bit of a back bend to the practice. So the more that you walk the hands towards the shoulders and then draw the shoulder blades down the back, the more you're going to feel that gently compress into the back and lengthen out those muscles. Just free the neck here, but move slow. Be really conscious of that cervical spine. It's a fragile beast. Remember, it's been holding that heavy watermelon all day. Lift up. Tonight I'll give the option of threading the needle. You don't have to go there. You might want to just spend a few breaths up here and then relax down all the way into a sweeping swan and let the earth hold you again. Or option, as we come down, right hand comes out, that left hand's going to swing across. I'm going to roll, roll, roll. Bring the left shoulder to the floor. Well, that might be enough. Maybe right hand's going to rise up and rest on the back. Maybe right hand's going to reach for the toes. As you do so, you've got a point of reference. You can roll open through the right shoulder a little bit more. Notice what's happening through the left ear, the left shoulder, and the right hip. So different places to direct the awareness into. You get to sink, grow soft. Enjoy the breath moving in and enjoy the breath moving out. Breath moving in and breath moving out. And the 6 slow exchanges of breath in and slow exchanges of breath out. In a moment, when you're ready, the hand will slowly lift, come down to the floor. As you press, you can lift back up to center, and you can hop that back knee in. Hop, hop, hop. Then we'll swap the body over. Knees come back underneath the hips. You might want to shake and loosen. And we'll take the second side. No rush though. Transitioning is part of the practice. When you're ready, left knee comes forward. We'll open the heel out. You might want that right leg out into that deer pose and just position the body forward as you come down and fold. And maybe tonight you're going to hop, hop, hop that knee back. Hop, hop, hop. Untuck the toes. We start upright. It might be a different relationship of the body on this side. You're going to find what works for you. And let the chin be lifted, the shoulder blades draw down. Feel the breath move down the back. And just slide as it caresses the spine on the exhale, on the inhale. And on the exhale, it rises up the belly. And it hugs those inner organs. And lifting and pressing. And softening and relaxing. Another few breaths like that. The shoulders drop. And I always notice that there are sides and there are poses that the body just holds. As you touch the awareness, you suddenly find that you're restricted or you're gripping in a place you weren't even conscious. Just holding tightness. When you're ready, let the hands slowly walk you down to the earth. This might be you today, just coming down. If you're taking that threading the needle option, take the left hand forward. We're going to thread the right hand all the way through and rotate and twist the body as the ear comes down. Just notice the angle of the head. That might be it for you today. Left hand can come in. This helps give you a little anchoring point. Or if it's available, the left hand's going to lift. It's going to bend. It's going to come around. It's going to find the toe. And then we can let everything sink to the floor. Roll the shoulder onto the back. Or feel the breath move through the body. You can close down the eyes if that's your choice. And you can let the body grow heavy. And just find a gentle half gaze if that feels more appropriate tonight. Or work with the wisdom, what the physical form needs. Or work with the breath, its rhythm, its natural restorance of balance. Its inhale and exhale mingle. Just reset the mind. Breath is such a gift. It's always present. From the moment that we're born, it travels through us with life. All the wisdom that we need is there in its flow. You notice how on different days it's directed in different ways. You notice how by gently encouraging it, we can expand it. We notice how we can use it to create energy or to release strain. We are as malleable and as permeable as our breaths. And yet when times are tough, we often feel hard and rigid. You let the fluidity of the breath just remind the body that it too has that subtle nature. The body made of water. Just let it be poured into the shape and the container of each pose. Another 2 breaths. When you're ready, you're going to release release the toes, bring the hands down, rotate the body back to center, and slowly press up. I'm going to swing the legs around. So I'm just going to turn towards the front. I'm going to open the legs out. Now this isn't cheerleader edition, so you don't need to be in the widest straddle fold you've ever been. You want to spend a little moment too, or maybe you're elevating your seat, just popping a blanket just so that there's that gentle movement forward, that anterior tilt to the pelvis. It's going to stop any pressure coming into your back. Spend a few moments and just let the fingertips explore the floor in front of you. Just slowly, slowly, slowly walk it out. Take a little dance. I'm going to come into lateral flexion in a moment. I'm going to prepare the body first. Just letting the body know that it's going to move in these sideways directions, like a little crisscross. Always feels nice. Maybe take a little peek over your back shoulder. Come back to center, crisscross. Look towards the left. Maybe a little peek over the back shoulder. And then all the way to center. A couple of different options here. You can bring the elbow down and just rest it on the leg. You can bring it to the floor with the palm inside. As long as it's not too tense and too tightening on the body. You can take that left hand up. Spend a moment. Imagine that you caught a really big fish. And then maybe just take the left hand onto the back. Let the chin come down and face it towards your knee. For a moment or two, elongate through the crown and feel how that encourages the spine like an arrow to draw forth straight. You can just let it soften. You can even look down if that's free around the neck. We're really trying to work with this side body. Maybe the left hand comes up, and it doesn't have to get all the way down to the leg. Sometimes the harder practice is to rest it behind the head. I find this really requires me to work with breath, because here I can focus on the rotation and keeping the chest open. And that's the intention of the pose. Now, softness and breath. That's what our practice is about tonight, the pausing. Chin comes down, elbow up. This is a tightening. If the breath has become constricted, listen to its wisdom. It's telling you to back it off. Just work with breath. It's going to be quite an intense pose. I won't spend too long here. Don't overstrain the shoulder. I'm going to turn and look towards the knee. Just move slowly. You might feel that tension in the hip. And then drop the belly down and soften. But just a different movement. Relax into those muscles around the chest and the neck. And get so tense through that sternocleidomastoid. And you relax it. Ready. In a moment or two, I'll slowly elevate the body, nice and slow. We'll bring it back to center. It's time to travel to the second side. So you might want to spend a little moment repositioning the seat, particularly if you've shuffled off center. Look to your toes, find a little ambition. Maybe the elbow comes down to the floor. Maybe it's resting. Maybe this side needs a completely different approach. Listen. Deep listening. So much about what the practice of yoga gifts into us. Maybe elbow comes down. Maybe we're just reaching the right hand up and showing with pride how much space we can fit between our arms. How big can your heart be? As you exhale, the hand falls back, the shoulder rolls open. You can look up for a moment and then elongate through that crown and feel that drawing, that expansion and extension of energy, anger, asks us to bring to our practice. With the poses and body. If you're ready, you can move a little deeper. But only if that's your practice tonight. So the hand can come up, The hand can come over. But tonight for me, the harder practice is not listening to ego. We're bringing hands behind the head and working on opening the chest. Now I'm going to soften. I'm not going to push to 100% because then there'd be no space to travel. I need a little bit of space, a little wiggle room. There's no rigidity, resistance, or feeling of being stuck. So maybe back it off a little bit. Come out of the pose and just notice the freedom. You're not having to jam or force your way through that edge. Just sitting in that calm and gentle breakwater. 5. Slow and full breaths. Let the chin come down now. Continue to breathe as you pull forward through the heart and soften through the face. No rush, no hurry, not where we're trying to get to. Just lingering in the presence of this moment. Letting that be enough. When you're ready, hand will come down. And we'll slowly lift the body up. We're going to look towards the toes. And we're going to lower the body down. The hands can come out. I want to spend a little moment. I like to look towards the back shoulder just to remind the body to come into that little bit of extra twist. And then I'll come back to centering. And then not pressing to 100%. Allowing over the practice of softening to happen. And the movement of the breath in the back ribs. Feel the earth just coming to take a hold of anything that you don't want to carry anymore. 5 and 4, 3 and 2, 1. We'll slowly lift the body back up. You might feel that there's a lot going on in that back by now. So we'll take the feet out nice and wide. I'm just going to windscreen wipe the knees. Windscreen wipe. Big yawn. It just tells me that the practice is working. And stress is being peeled away. Swing the legs over to one side. And this is where it'd be good to have some kind of prop. Take a supported fist pose. But you don't need to have one. If you can though, grab some bolsters or a block. And a couple of different options here. You can have the legs out straight. This is option A. Option B is have the feet in Baddha Konasana. This is often the most popular one that I see in class. Option C, and the practice I'm going to come to tonight, is to set up like we're coming into a saddle. Bring the knees together. And then if you've got the pillows, you might want a couple of extra pillows just to lift so you've got that little bit of extra elevation. So you're on the angle, the incline. Have a little bit of separation for the knees and just spend a moment just to realign the feet so they're going to be structurally safe for the ligaments in the meniscus of the knee. So you want those toes pointing straight back. And the sit bones are reaching down. We've got a little separation through the knees tonight, just to be a little bit easier. And then the hands will lower us down. So we don't want to hurt the back in any way. We want to use the hands to take the weight. Come all the way down. Now for a lot of people, this is not going to be the option that their knees like the best. So the preference is the soles of the feet to come together. You don't have to have a prop. You can just let your body drop down to the earth and let the earth hold you. The more important practice is the quality of mind and breath that you bring to the posture. So wherever you are, just let your body reach down and find a surface to rest on. Work with breath. Feel the slow exchange, the inhale
riding down the spine, and the exhale rising up the belly. A constant flow that occupies the mind and takes it out of the stories that try to entrap it. A beautiful moment to ask, who would be without those stories? Who would you be without those thoughts if you were just a body, just feeling the sensations that are present right here, surrendering over the past, releasing all responsibility for the future, taking a little holiday in the present moment. You rest and relax into the now. Take a deep breath in and then let it all go. How nice is that? The opportunity to surrender, opportunity to release, the opportunity to let go. I'm going to allow a little quiet to come over the recording now, so you can listen for that whispering of the breath. It might be a grounding element. It brings the mind into that meditative place. If this doesn't work for your body anymore, you can take your Shavasana, just laying down flat on the floor, because that's where we've arrived at now. The practice has flowed us through this moment. We're ready to fully rest. If there's any pulling of the knees, or there's a burning, or the sensation grows too intense, something needs to come out. It's a message from our body. Attend to it with complete trust and wisdom. The body says it's time to release. And work with your body, offer it the kindness, and respect that tonight, perhaps it's been holding more than you were aware. Now we'll just surrender over for a few moments and let go. A few more breaths here. You're in this pose that puts pressure on the knee. You need to be really conscious of this next part of the practice. We don't want to stress the back, so we'll use the elbows, we'll wake the core up, and we won't stress the neck either. So move slowly, and we're not leading with the head. We're leading with the heart and the strength of the body. Lift all the way up. If you're already in Shavasana, this would be a beautiful time to do nothing at all. If you're not, you can take something under the knees now. And we'll come down and spend a few more moments just letting the body relax into this new position. Just let your body trickle down into the floor. Spread your hands and wiggle out. And come back to the body being water. Let your body be a puddle. So this time the puddle is going to spread. As you add the breath, let the puddle slowly expand. As you open up and draw out into the space across the floor and the mat. As you exhale, the puddle that is your body begins to find the floor and draw down into it. Like the floor is absorbing you. The way earth drinks up cooling rain. And close the eyes down and we'll come back to here. The ease and release of the breath. Enjoy Shavasana.
at about another 5 breaths. The beautiful thing about practicing at home is that you don't need to do anything at all. So if tonight you simply want to stay here, you can drown out my voice. You can just enjoy being that puddle in the earth. And there's a gift and a wisdom in allowing that to happen. You want to move. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes and shake the body from the periphery. Maybe slow movements, just rippling the fingers. Wake everything up. Let the hands lift, release out through those wrists, one way and the other. And then hands above the head. Walk the feet in. Let yourself tumble to the side, all the way down. Roll over. A little moment on the floor. And then when you're ready, pressing yourself up. Come into a seat. As you come into that seat, just notice anything that may have changed, anything that may have shifted. The hands come onto the knees. You might want to cross the left leg in front. It's our more yin side. That's where we've really moved into that calming element of nature. That soft, feminine, cooling nighttime energy. As we come to finish the practice, can you embody that? Maybe you bring your mind back to touch on that intention. If you haven't achieved it yet, just give yourself this moment to let it come to pass. Bring the chin parallel to the earth. Feel the floating of the sternum kite and softening of the shoulders down the back. Maybe hands come to meet at heart if it's your practice to find Anjali Mudra with us. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Let the head humble. Find a smile, the gift that restores us at the end of practice. Thank you for sharing these moments with us tonight, yogis. If you enjoyed the practice, it'll be up on YouTube soon. If I somehow made this sideways, I'm sure the masterful Chris will restore it to the way it's supposed to be. Continue to practice. I'll be here tomorrow with you at 6 a.m. for some Pilates. Stay grounded and peaceful and look after yourselves. We'll be here with you. Namaste.